All right, everybody. Vika, good to have you.
Awesome to
One,
hear you.
yes, one of the leaders that I've known for many, many years.
Thank you.
Since when did we meet? 2017?
2017 or 18.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Before
It's
COVID.
been way before COVID, right?
Yeah.
Vika, like since I known you, you have been on your purpose path, and that's what we are discussing here on the Leadership My Path podcast. And thank you.
Yeah.
And so I would love for you to share with us, our audience today, how you got started, how you found your passion and purpose, and and you also made it actually your full-time job. So I love to learn about that. Let me hold the mic for you.
Thank you. Well, first of all, really happy to see you. Thank you for inviting to speak at your podcast. And my name is Victoria. I'm Chinese Russian, born and raised in Russia. Been in China for the past 11 years. Time really flies fast. And I was always involved in cross-cultural community trainings, right? Leadership related work, starting from high school. And I guess that led me to the path where it became eventually my full time. So right now, I lead the community that is called SCOLAR Network, SCOLAR, and it's a community, a movement, as you said it before when we were discussing. I love it, movement for young leaders, young people that come from the SCO region. And SCO stands for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
And what does it mean for people who actually don't know?
Yeah. So the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is the regional international organization that consists of 26 countries.
Okay.
What is interesting and important for us is the fact that people who are part of these countries are really young. The average age of the SCO region and these countries, the average age is 29 years old. And the countries include China, Russia, Central Asia, Pakistan, India, Iran, Belarus, Sri Lanka, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Egypt, right? There's Saudi Arabia. So it's a pretty huge region of 26 countries right now where people are young. So all of these are developing countries with really young age, and it's not just the fact that people are young, it's also the fact that these young people are already taking roles, whether in government or in academia or starting their own companies. So they are already playing a pretty active role in the development of their countries. And our goal is to, I would say, facilitate the communication between the neighboring countries. The whole concept of SCO or of what we do at SCOLAR is the cross-cultural communication of the neighboring countries. When we talk about globally competent people, if you don't know your neighbor, how can you call yourself globally competent, right?
Totally.
So we do that through trainings, through building hubs in different countries. Right now we have 15 cities in 9 countries, so we work with universities in different countries, and we build local teams on the ground so they can bring social impact. You and I are both part of the Global Shapers community.
That's right.
Which is the World Economic Forum initiative on building the community, the international community of like-minded young people to bring local impact, right? And there are 500 hubs in the world right now. So in a certain sense, what we do at SCOLAR is the regional work of that, because we tackle the region because we know the region well, and we want to know the countries well, we know the people there, so we know what they care about because we come from these countries, right? So we know what they're going through.
And you had your own journey. I mean, your parents going from China to Russia, and you coming actually back here, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Russia, been in China for a long time, and traveled to Central Asia quite a lot. Not to Pakistan and India yet, but still, right? I care about people there. I have a lot of friends from there. And it grew just from first idea of let's just get connected to, and I was studying back there, doing my master's in China, and then eventually we were like, okay, we're on to something bigger. And I remember as we were having a conversation with Olim, who is, I call him Akan, my elder brother, and he's co-founder
How
of
is it called?
SCOLAR. Aka.
Aka.
So Aka means elderly
Like a
brother
burger in Chinese. Okay.
yeah, 大哥, 大哥.
Okay,
yeah,
Aka.
哥哥 in Tajik, yeah.
Mm.
So we were discussing and then talking about SCOLAR and its future, and we just understood that it's something that's much bigger than just a Beijing-based international community. And then we started building the hubs. We started doing more events outside of China, and we understood that by one fact. When we had people, I remember from Lanzhou, you know, Lanzhou Lai Mian is famous, right? The people there are also famous. So there were people from Lanzhou who reached out to us and said, "Can we build something like SCOLAR in our city?"
Okay.
And we're like, "This, we don't know them." And they learned about us. Yes, they found about us, and they wanted to build something similar.
Beautiful.
We're like, okay, we're on to something.
Okay.
So that was the beginning of the journey, and then 6 years from the start. Yeah, we celebrated 6 years this year. So right now it's a full-time passion, I'd say. Less like a job, more like a passion that I'm doing every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Wow,
Yeah.
6 years into it. And so I think you mentioned earlier, can you remind me and us, like, how many cities and countries are you represented in right now, and how many people are part of the larger force, like full-time and volunteers together?
So we have a team, the headquarters team, full-time team is 6 people, and we are present in 15 cities of 9 countries. Members include members and alumni are about 500 to 600 people.
Wow.
And then the participants and people who came to our events at some point are around 20,000 people.
Wow.
So that's the outreach at this point. But we are looking forward in growing our impact, because I was just having a conversation today, and the impact is really hard to measure. Yes,
okay,
it's really
important.
yeah,
Yes.
really hard to measure. But then I guess it comes to not the quality but the quantity. The other way around. Not the quantity but the quality, right? Because when you're
right? It's a trade-off.
Yes,
depending on our goals.
Exactly. But our hope is we can somehow, sometimes it's not that a path that one person took is because of somebody or something as an organization, but if at some point we were able to be the ones who maybe pushed that person a little bit towards the path that they were already looking for, then I guess that's the best outcome and purpose of why we exist.
That's exactly speaking to my heart. That's what we are trying to do with the My Path podcast as well, right? Very much so about helping people to find their clarity, their direction, their purpose, and then walking that path, right?
Yep.
And that's why I said it will be amazing to have you on Vika, because you are helping people to do that on a very much regional perspective, right? And also, I mean, for us, we always talk about people's development, people's potential, right? And I think you do the same. And I think actually in the, let's say, also more developing countries, I think it's also very, very important, or even more important than in the developed countries, to actually push this mission of personal development forward.
For sure. I mean, it's really important to tackle the personal development and also just help people understand, not that everybody has to become a leader or everybody has to be international, right, to whatever extent it means, but that it's important to know what you like and within the capacity and all of the external kind of factors. That might be the family, the society, the citizenship, right? The gender sometimes. Just try to follow that path as much as you can and just give it a shot. Give it a shot. Sometimes we're looking for a safer option, which isn't a bad choice.
But we gotta do it, we gotta try.
But yeah, I just hope that people know that nobody is stuck anywhere at some point. If, like, of course, we're not talking about the circumstances where your where your worry is on the physical shelter and your safety. That's a totally different question.
Okay.
And I
like people are in various countries right now.
exactly. So I don't like even I don't, because I haven't experienced it luckily. So I'm not gonna talk about that. But in most of the cases, people do have opportunities, and our mission is to just provide the platform where they can learn about those opportunities, and also potentially join, whether in an online or offline person format, and to the extent that they could.
Yeah. And then connect with others like-minded, maybe co-creating opportunities, right? Okay, Vika, let me go back how you started the movement of SCOLAR, right? Like you built your team here. If you maybe have two takeaways, what were like the two things that helped you the most to build a team here, to build the movement here from Beijing, and also like after that, what were the two things to help you like go to other cities and even go international with the movement?
Well, I think the first key point is it was not me who built the movement. It was the organization and people within the organization that made it into the movement.
Would you call them core community members?
For sure. I mean, people who were with us from the very beginning, and then the ones who are working with us right now, and like those people are the ones who made this movement possible, including our partners, the institutions, right? And then on the other hand, we also have, what is the other one? The other key factor is probably the external one, the pandemic. Because we were all stuck in different places, but we all wanted to be connected.
Sure.
So we actually started building hubs in 2020. In 2017 to 2020, we were just in Beijing.
Taking the COVID pandemic as an opportunity to.
Well, we had no choice. We had no choice but to start just. It was out of the will to keep connected and to just somehow support each other.
Connection and support.
Exactly.
Always key. Amazing.
Communication, I guess, is the key of the center of everything that we do.
Gluing people together.
Exactly.
Beautiful. And then that brought you in international, and there were the people who started your international journey, were those people that also heard about you online, or were the people that were before in the Beijing community and maybe went home during COVID?
So we had different, right? We had people with whom some of them are my really close friends, and then they joined and supported. Others were colleagues, and then we also had people who just joined our events in other cities, and then they became the core member or the core team of SCOLAR today. So everybody somehow we found each other.
Found their path to you,
somehow,
and vice versa.
Yeah, I guess it was also me finding them, right? And then, I mean, it's just 6 years went really fast.
That's right, 6 years can fly like that. I was sorting out some old paperwork.
Yeah, and I guess today we just went through the past where we did a lot of cultural events, and right now we are more focused on cross-cultural education. So our niche is in providing cross-cultural education with global competence development or the soft skills development, career support, type of trainings, language support. We started the Russian language club. So everything has to do with developing talents that are a part of the ASEAN countries.
Check that out, guys, okay? If you need any support, find Vika and her team.
Yeah, would love to get connected.
And now the borders are open, so there are no excuses
and I also
here.
wanted to mention that it's actually, even though we're working with a region, everything is open to everybody to join.
Beautiful.
So it's not that you have
It's
to
not
be from
limited
a
from this
certain
country.
right? Everybody can join.
I've joined some online events before.
Yes, you were a speaker, the trainer before
exactly, and I joined as participant as well and learned. I joined actually a social media creator workshop that was great.
You're a frequent guest.
Exactly, it's useful, and I think everybody can learn, right? I've been in the space for many years, but also it's always amazing to come back, learn different perspectives, right? And learn from different people, very diverse backgrounds, right? So much to absorb. And Vika, like, what are you on to right now, right? Like, I seen you also like creating more on social media. Trying, right? Is that an evolution? Like,
I guess I'm also just on the path of finding my niche, and I found teaching to be very satisfying for myself.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm teaching workshops, global competence workshops at Tsinghua University right now.
Wow,
and
at Tsinghua, like China's #1 university. Wow, how lihai.
Oh yeah, that sounds lihai. I mean, I am glad to have this as the way to connect with students, so brilliant, those smart, great students.
Absolutely.
Right, I'll always learn a lot from them as well. So yeah, and I guess I'm also trying to, right now we're on the path where we are looking into packaging what we do more as well, since it's full-time right now, so you gotta be more structured as a company.
And you have 5-6 people full-time, you said
yes,
earlier,
exactly.
right?
So we have a team that is working on what we do, and everybody has ideas in our team, and everybody has a lot of passion to the work that we do. And I just really looking forward to the next development, because
I love it. And it sounds like you found your calling in not only being community organizer and leader, but also being a teacher, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it for you. I'm very happy. Right? Like, that's why I said for me that nothing makes me more happy and more shine to see other people shine when they have found what they want to do and then actually do it, right? Because there's so many obstacles. And for some people, this path comes natural, or by being thrown in the cold water, or by coincidence, right? And other people, they maybe need some support, right? But I think, everybody can find their thing, and it's.
I'd say just try more, because when you try new things, you at least even if it's not something you like, it's something that you don't like, which is also important.
Totally.
As the result as well.
Totally, I love it. Okay, Vika, my last question for now. I'm sure there will be more questions coming up and follow up. How can we connect with you? And my follow-up question to that is there anything that we can help you with or your organization?
Well, I'll start with the last question. Help spread the word. Would really support it. If you see content that's valuable for you or for somebody who is your friend, so do come and support us. We'll really appreciate that. How to find us? We are SCOLAR Network, SCOLAR. On WeChat, on Telegram, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, LinkedIn, on social media. We have the website as well that has all of the contact details.
Cool.
So we'd love to connect. And if anybody wants to collaborate together, we'd love to do that.
And how do we find you on social media? What's your Instagram handle?
Victoria with a C, and then we call it lower underscore KHU. Victoria Khu. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, I make sure to link you up there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us. Okay, and now we are off hosting. Vika is hosting a great event in Beijing at the Jinshan